Let's get to a training camp report brought to us by Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges. Enroll today in one of over 60 Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges affordable training programs and get fast-tracked to a financially rewarding career in 1 to 2 years. Convenient day and evening classes give you the flexibility you need while you learn. Go to careerinayear.com and get there. As the Dolphins will be back on the practice field today, and then I believe tomorrow we got ourselves a little joint practice as the Jacksonville Jaguars make their way to town. For those who don't recall, this is their head coach. Their head coach is Liam Coen.
Oh, the Duval guy.
And he is, of course, infamous for his introductory press conference.
Jacksonville, the community, Duval.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. That's
It never fails. We have several situations, including at LSU, where a perfectly normal Caucasian male got country.
My family.
And like, too much. Look, just do what every other coach does. You get them to give you a tie. You put the tie to school on.
Right. The pin.
Do the little fight thing, and then that's it. Don't overdo it.
He tried to be cute.
And
Jacksonville, the community, Duval.
And he looks 12 with facial hair.
Yep. Well, he's coming to town with his Jacksonville Jaguars and Travis Hunter playing both sides of the football. And, we'll see what he's got. But he did speak to the media about his conversations with Mike McDaniel on, what to expect in these joint practices. And he said that, this is not exactly going to be an overly physical practice, he believes, with the Miami Dolphins. This is what he had to say.
Going to go sort of the schedule with Coach McDaniel?
Yeah, we spoke this morning. I mean, it'll be very similar to our practices. They've already had a few, especially a few physical ones. So, not sure it's going to be as much as we fully would like in terms of that, because we're on different schedules than them. They didn't play their guys, and now, May in this game, who knows? I'm not sure, but I know that they've already had a few physical joints. And so we're just really trying to go down and get some really quality work against another opponent. But that outline of practice will be very similar to our structure.
All right, that's Liam Coen. What do you make of that, Leroy? That was a little bit strange.
Nothing. I would say this: if we competing, we competing.
That's what I was like. What?
And you put whatever you can put whatever to it. You come in here, and if I might be there and say they can come up in here and think they ain't gonna get that smoke.
Well, it kind of felt like he heard from Mike McDaniel that they're not gonna get that smoke. Like, that's the way I read it. It didn't feel like they thought they weren't getting that smoke. I think he wanted to come in and get that smoke, and he's like, we've kind of gotten that smoke for the last 2 weeks.
No. Basically, what the Jaguars coach said is that we're at different points of our preseason. So the practices are going to be more accommodating to us, because they haven't practiced against any other teams, and the Dolphins have. Two very physical teams. That being said, football is football. You go on that field, you go out there with a purpose. You go out there to do the things that you are building on, and you can't turn back the clock. You can't unring that bell. Once we start doing things a certain way, you keep doing it that way.
Here's a little bit more of Liam Coen on what he is expecting at the Dolphins joints.
I tell you what, I don't know no black Liams.
Can't disagree with you there. Can't disagree with you there.
There's more white Leroys than there are black Liams.
I would agree with that. Here is more of Mr. Duval.
No, that won't change any of that. No, it will be good work against another quality opponent down in the heat. So I don't think that won't change. We're still going to get good work in. It'll still be a good fit. Anytime you go in joint, it's not typically, especially our guys not having one yet. I'm sure they'll be juiced up to go against somebody else. So I'm not really worried about us not getting quality work.
Kind of feels like he feels like there's going to be some action.
Yeah.
If they haven't gotten to go against anybody all summer yet.
I don't know what to make of it. Like, once you get into the heat of battle, that kind of dictates how the practice is going to go. Soon as somebody get their bell rung a little bit, soon as somebody come across the middle and get hit, then now everybody is on alert. Right? It's the same thing happened with the Dolphins.
No, I know.
They went to Chicago and start getting body slammed, and they're like, hold up.
I just felt like from his first comments, I felt like he got on the phone with Mike McDaniel. Goes, we're kind of banged up. We had some tough practices. Take it easy, baby.
You think Mike said that to him?
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's how I read it.
Let me explain something to you. How can I say this? I don't care how broke down, banged up, or whatever. If you Mike McDaniel, you don't ever come out of a situation like this giving the appearance that you are soft.
Am I reading that wrong, Jimmy? How did you read that cut? Because I felt like he was implying that Mike McDaniel said that they're not going to go as hard this week.
That's exactly how I took it. And I think it's like exactly what Leroy said. I think it's ridiculous that you continue out of this preseason, all these joint practices that you have, people have been coming at you, telling you that you're soft, that you're not playing physical football. And then you go and you allow another coach to basically go and say the same thing that you came to him and were like, please don't hurt our guys.
That's what it felt like. That's how I felt like he did.
But let's be clear. This is coming from the other coach, not from Mike McDaniel.
I understand, but it kind of feels like he squealed on Mike McDaniel.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Hey,
I feel like he did it on purpose too.
When did they go into practice? When did they go in practice?
Tomorrow.
Okay. Now
Tomorrow.
here's what I would say. That they could also mean this. That we're going to do 1-on-1s. We're going to do 7-on-7s. We're going to do special teams, but we're not going to do full squad. We're not going to do 11-on-11.
Right.
And we're not going to do short yardage.
Maybe.
So that it could also be that's how they're structuring the practice. So it's not a matter of being, but I'm going to tell you here, we've had now 2 joint practices where the Miami Dolphins didn't fully understand that they were playing football on day 1. Okay?
Yep.
So if they come out and I hear somebody writing a story about, Jacksonville came and pushed them around, I'm like, does that mean we're going to be down every game and have to respond to the other team? Or are we ever going to be the aggressor?
Well, I guess, it could be that, listen, Liam Coen is a rookie head coach. Maybe he had an oopsie daisy at the press conference. He goes, I shouldn't have said that. I don't know.
Listen.
Or maybe he's trying to fuel his guys up himself.
You can say whatever you want in a press conference. You can talk all the trash you want before a game. But when the game starts, that's all that matters. All I want to see is this. The first 2 teams that you did work against, they came out and punched you in the mouth and you had to respond on day 2.
Yep.
Are we going to be the ones that say, okay, guys, let's initiate this?
Doesn't sound like it.
You don't know that.
Sounds like we're going to take a jog.
Because of what Duval said?
What do you mean? I don't know. Just because he had a weird Duval doesn't mean he's not telling. Can you play it again, Brittany, the first part where he's explaining? Because it kind of feels like he ratted on Mike McDaniel.
Have you figured out yet how it's going to go, sort of the schedule with Coach McDaniel?
Yeah, we spoke this morning. It'll be very similar to our practices. They've already had a few, especially a few physical ones. So, not sure it's going to be as much as we fully would like in terms of that, because we're on different schedules than them. They didn't play their guys, and now may in this game, who knows? I'm not sure, but I know that they've already had a few physical joints.
No, I'm not.
And
What
so
do you
we're just
mean? What do you
really
mean?
trying to
I'm
go
not
back
gonna
and-
let him do this.
What do you mean, dude?
Because let me explain something to you. Y'all not listening quite like I'm listening. When a coach comes out and says, it's not going to be as physical as we would like, I'm like, when all of a sudden did you become the Philadelphia Eagles or the Detroit Lions? Jaguars?
Dude,
Now, did you hear that?
That's
Did
exactly
you
what
hear that?
That's exactly what I heard. I was like, wait a minute.
Wait,
Kind of
wait,
feels
wait.
like he's.
Wait,
It kind of
you know
feels
what?
like.
No, absolutely not. I'm not. No,
I'm telling you.
no.
I think
no,
he ratted
absolutely
him.
not. You're not gonna come into here. You ain't gonna come into my. And if I'm Mike McDaniel, it's like, oh, he don't think we could be physical.
That's what. Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe he's
then.
goading him into a physical practice.
How you go? Football's football.
I don't know. Is football football? Because we found
Yeah.
down here that football is not necessarily football.
Again, that right there.
Jacksonville, the community.
This guy. This is the guy talking about being physical.
Duval.
That's the guy.
Duval.
He looks like he just came back from Jacksonville on spring break.
Duval.
He does. He looks like Florida Springs.
Right. Right.
He looks like he's on the inner tube with a
all,
swim shirt.
all he needs is a big old fat dip in a fishing pole.
Oh yeah.
And he good. So I'm not listening to him.
He said it.
But see, and here's why if I'm Mike McDaniel, I'm a little upset about this. I said, wait a minute. Are you insinuating that I suggest you take it easy on us? Are you suggesting that? Right? Because it sounded kind of weird. But and the way he said it was, we're at different points of preseason practice in that they have practiced against two very physical teams,
The Dolphins.
and we haven't.
Right. Well,
So,
that's not.
When he was explaining that part, I was like, okay, I could see how maybe he doesn't want, maybe he doesn't want to have 3 consecutive weeks of running his guys into the ground and being physical like that.
Mhm.
I've had that, right, where they won't practice any of the vets because we went at it pretty hard the last couple of weeks against other teams.
Right.
But then the audacity of this man to say, well, it might not be as physical as we would like. I'm like, oh, really?
Told you.
You're the foremost expert on physical football there,
Yeah, I
Jacksonville.
now you're on. Now you're picking up what I'm telling you.
But I'm just saying, we had no conversation with Mike McDaniel. I'm not listening to this college kid.
You don't know what he's. I mean, I don't think he's that young. I think he's like 40. I don't think he's not like he's. It's not like he's Sean McVay.
Okay, it could have been. To me, he looked like Tommy with a mustache and a beard taped to his face, saying Duval. Right?
I just don't like. Now we're getting punked by the Jaguars.
I'm like, hey, you know what? This is if me and you had said that to each other, we was like, oh, what exactly are you insinuating?
Well, dude, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, what is he insinuating? He's insinuating that he wanted that action, and Mike McDaniel was like, we've had that action.
And I think he's played it very smart because he used the word physical, which has been the hot play for the Dolphins the entire preseason. So it's like he wanted a reaction.
It's like he baited him.
He did.
He was baiting them 1,000%.
Okay, but here, in the words of the Deli Man, you ain't that guy, right? You ain't that team.
I mean, we don't think
you ain't that team to be talking about the foremost experts in physicality. When we think of physicality, we don't think of Jacksonville.
I don't know, dude. I tell you one thing.
I know. Do you when you say, "Woo, that Jacksonville, they are physical"?
No, but I do worry about what those wide receivers are going to do to the secondary because they got some talented wide receivers.
They got talented wide receivers. Look, but that's not being physical. That's one-on-one.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
You see what I'm saying? So